All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Ebon Sales Exalted. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over now to Toshime for the recap.
We made it over to an island where we found everyone was murdered, and we were trying to put the dead to rest and protect against the Shadowland. That should be a short enough intro.
But it doesn't need to be a short intro. It should be a good intro.
Yes,
No,
but we're
recap.
late already.
Fair. Alright, Kerr. Kerr?
I'm here. No, I was just a little surprised.
By the
I was
shortness?
trying to think. No. By something
you short?
else.
Mercenary leader.
A magnanimous dispensation.
Well, that was fast. Thank you very much for the donation, Toshime. The goal has been completed.
No, I was more making the joke of you giving me crap about the thing I did.
But you deserve crap.
What thing you did?
The little short thing I wrote before. We were talking about before.
Oh,
when we went out for
right!
food.
Thank you for reminding me.
We can start. It's fine.
Nope. Nope. Let's see. Scroll up here.
No, I'll do it. If anyone's going to do it, fine, I'll do it.
How could they?
No,
Could they?
Zim, I'll do this. I'll do it. Because I know the inflection that they would use.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh God.
Why didn't you just write the inflection into the script? That way we would know too.
Because it's not a script, it's a story.
How could they? How could they? How
No,
could they?
Zim, stop. Oh, okay.
Well, then stop stalling.
I'm getting into character, okay? Give me a second. This isn't easy, okay?
We're already late. Let's go.
Okay. How could they? 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 They were his servants, and they killed them. They took that little island away from him, and all those pretty stones too. It was bad enough he lost that village to the undead, and now that all these new Exalted running around breaking his stuff. Rage, anger, pure naked anger blazed through his very core before he caught himself. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. He drew his attention back to his own body for a moment, basking in the love and adoration of his subjects, nuzzling up against one of them and letting that pure love and devotion feed the raging hunger and calm him. It was okay. It was all okay. They didn't know about him, and he still had some of his family in that village. Even now, he could watch them, observe them, and figure out what he wanted to do. There was one that had an army. So many people. Ah, so many. His true body shuddered, a soft whimper of pure need slipping from him. Alone. So alone. Even now, surrounded by people who loved, adored, and cared and took care of him. It wasn't enough. That emptiness. That loneliness. Always alone. Always so alone. He needed more. He had to have more. He had more people, more members for his family. He wouldn't be alone anymore. This horrible loneliness would be gone. Yes. Yes, he needed it. Needed them. All of them. They would be his. They would join them. Yes. Casting his senses out once again, he took over the body of one of his pawns and began the preparations. The Scarlet Servals would march soon. And this time he would pay more attention to his armies. This time, he wouldn't let that army of animals break his stuff. They would be his new toys, part of his family. And maybe, just maybe, this time it would be enough. That was a little section I wrote for our Big Bad's point of view.
A short story, Black.
And then I wrote a second one, which goes from a different character's point of view. Who is connected to the first story. These two are connected together. These two characters know each other. I don't want to give away too much yet, because you might meet them in today's session. Gods damn it all. He's got that look again. Someone must have gone and pissed him off. And of course, he'll probably ask me, and I just can't say no to him. No doubt, whatever it did, it deserves to be punished. Think of the great fun we can have playing with whatever caused him problems. Well, that was true. Besides, the last island had gone to had been pretty boring. Just a couple of smaller gods have been trying to protect their people from his twins' toy soldiers. He'd been too busy with other projects to really put in that effort, so up he went to deal with it. Honestly, it took longer getting there than it did taking care of the situation. But seeing his twin smile and hug him with that broken body of his, it made the trip worth it. Yes. We punished the usurper gods. It was delightful watching them scream and cry and beg. Such fun. Such fun indeed, my chosen. Yes, we shall go forth and smite all who wish to stand before us. Fair. Maybe this time they might even give him a bit of a fight, unlike his last few outings. Well, maybe this time it might send the message for others to leave them the fuck alone. God, those Dynas and the fair folk were fucking annoying. Even when we get started on the undead or the demons. But his twin needed this, and even if he would rather be left alone with him, well, his twin needed it. And he was a good brother. He would support him, no matter what. So he'd see what these newbies had. Maybe, well, might make for a fun story someday. That was the second little story for our other antagonists that we might meet today. I got bored, okay, so I wrote stuff.
I was so looking forward to reading those off.
I'm sorry.
You can still read those off after stream.
True. But it's only really effective if Kerr is around.
Yeah, read them in front of Kurt.
Alright. Well, shall we get started then?
Yes. When we last left our intrepid heroes, you guys were taking care of this island and all of the dead.
You
You
know,
were.
if we just destroy the island itself, then the Shadowlands could inform, right?
You would get Shadowland basically in the ocean.
It would form under the water.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It requires powerful sorcery to prevent a Shadowland from opening.
Fine. At least Kraberius is on his way to get that. Anyways, carry on.
You guys were taking care of the dead, using the rites that you had learned here. There's just a lot of bodies, and there's only so many of you right now. So it's a bit of work to try to get things done before the sun goes down. But it's not too difficult. At least it's more monotonous work than anything.
Nevis is just punching the ground, putting a body in, and then covering it back up, and then moving to the next, punching the ground.
You have to do proper rites.
The prince is actually working almost harder than all of you put together. Like, this man, say what you will, he is putting deep respect into every single body that he takes care of. And he basically treats each and every one, despite basically being like very poor villagers, like the richest emperor or king or sultan or noble. Like, they are the most important.
Nevis
He's mostly working apart from you, though.
Nevis would be paying proper respect. Probably not, or definitely not as much, like, as well as the Ebon Prince, but he is putting a lot of effort into, to each person. The punching the ground thing was just a joke. And he is making sure all of his soldiers are also putting in proper respect as well.
Yeah, working through here, it's not too difficult, especially with the army that you have. You're able to move pretty quickly to do this, but it's you're not sure what actually killed these people, though. That's the big issue. Because examining them, there's no real mark on their bodies. Or at least nothing that you can see on them.
Moriarty, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Why? What's up?
What are you doing during all this?
Burying bodies, I guess. There's not really much for my character to do that's terribly special or different.
Okay, could you roll Sagacity Force?
Oh, did he ask to roll scarcity?
No, I just thought that you were on Fantasy Grounds.
If you guys wanted to make a sagacity roll, you guys could attempt to try to figure out what did this. Or a medical roll. Medicine could work too.
Duke.
There is no medicine.
Oh, that's under sagacity, that's right.
And a
I'm
-1
getting-
if you have no dots in it.
Correct.
Sagacity 2.
So you would also roll whichever one you want, force, finesse, fortitude as well. But you
That is-
guys can more choose that based on what you do. So
I force my thinking.
Oh, that. I thought that was Moriarty that rolled that many dice. I was like, what the hell?
Later.
Unlucky.
Wait, how do you get only 2?
you had 6, I think.
Oh yeah, it's 7, not 9s.
Why would you think it was 9s?
Thinking of a different system.
So with
Oh.
that, Cyril, this looks like they were not killed through normal mortal means. Like this wasn't like poison or anything. But you're not 100% sure. Nevis, this looks like there. This would have taken something powerful, supernatural, definitely, to do this. This is even most magic would have difficulty doing this to one person, let alone like an entire island. Guaco, with that, um, yeah, this looks like their souls were shattered. Like, whatever did this did not damage the surrounding area, but it looks like whatever did this ravaged and destroyed and basically almost obliterated the souls of these people. And this was done based on your examination all at once.
These people took a really bad beating. Looks like their souls were destroyed.
Notes. At first, you didn't really notice it because you were more paying attention to the human bodies. But looking through the village again, you would note that every living animal, rats, birds, cats, dogs, everything, are dead as well.
Do we
There,
need to lay those to rest too?
We should.
and it looks like they died in the same thing that did this. Give me another sagacity roll, Guaco. You rolled high enough to make this attempt.
Inspecting a little bit closer. Finesse.
Okay. With that roll, Guaco, you would recognize some of this from stories that you would have read about. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You especially would have read about this because you would know about Luxai defeating the realm and how they did it.
Oh crap.
This story would have been well told in your circles. You are very, very certain that this was the work of a Soulbreaker orb. Also, one moment.
So,
Sorry, it sounded like actual explosions were going on outside.
oh,
Ah, yes, Detroit.
Like legitimate, it sounded like actual explosions. It's like is that thunder? But it's like no, that's just boom, 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 boom. It's not like fireworks or something, but it's like a lot deeper and louder.
The gunshots.
Yep.
I hope you're doing okay.
Yeah, no, we're fine. It just very surprising. Anyway, sorry about that. Let's continue.
You're good.
But yes, this looks like the work of a Soulbreaker orb to you, Guaco.
Cyril, Nifis, do you know what a soul breaker orb is?
Do I know what a Soulbreaker orb is?
Make a sagacity roll.
Sagacity, you say?
Indeed.
Hmm. That's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Haven't the fuckest.
Nevis? Well, I will say that it doesn't do damage to
Sorry.
things.
Stepped away to grab a drink real quick.
How dare you?
No
vibrate.
idea.
Yeah, no, they have no idea what that is.
You know how Lookshy isn't part of the realm, right?
That's common knowledge, yes. That's basically a secondary Dragon Blood Kingdom.
Okay, what is a look shy?
It's a place.
Yeah, Lookshy is a place. It's basically a secondary Dragon Blood Kingdom.
Okay.
It's just east of the main island.
Okay. Yeah, you want to explain these things not only for, those of us that haven't read every single Exalted book in this game, but also the viewers out there that have also never read every single Exalted book.
A Soulbreaker orb is what they used to keep their own control, and they still threaten with it.
No one knows how many they might have. When a Soulbreaker orb detonates, it basically is a spiritual nuke. It will go out for miles in all directions, and it will basically tear the soul out of every living thing and shred it and destroy it. And if a Soulbreaker goes off, it's almost guaranteed that that area will become a Shadowland. 100%.
And it's reusable.
No, they're one-use items.
That makes them
Soulbreaker-
green.
Yeah, Soulbreaker orbs specifically are one use. The big issue is Lookshy has a whole armory of first stage weapons. They have basically the equivalent of Gundams, supernatural weaponry, and no one knows how many Soulbreaker orbs they have. So no one's really fucked with them because they don't want to find out. However, for this, Soulbreaker orbs are almost impossible to make nowadays. Like, basically, it's a lost art to do that. So, either someone likely found an orb and then used it here for whatever reason, or two, someone somehow made an orb and then blew it up here for some reason. Both of which are very, very bad. One could likely be considered worse than the other, though.
Whoever used it would have to have essence to activate it, and knowledge on how it works.
Yes. Activating these things is not easy to do.
If you make a mistake, it'll activate right away.
And you'll die probably too.
Unless you can soak 20 motes.
So who would want to use such a thing?
Against villagers.
That's the question. Because this
Unless
type
the
of weapon...
villagers were not the actual target. Just a byproduct of their true target.
Yeah, to put it in terms that he could explain, using this is like launching the equivalent of like the US launching like half their nukes on a small no-name town in the middle of nowhere.
On Indiana.
Like this is such overkill on such a vast scale. This single weapon is like half the nukes in the US military. That's how
No,
rare it is to make and have.
not just Indiana, Wyoming. No one lives in Wyoming.
So for this, it's very much a what the hell kind of moment. Why would such a weapon be used here? What would they gain from that? And why use such an expensive weapon? Something that literally keeps the realm, a place filled with dragon bloods, from invading if you had one. Why would they waste it here?
Speculation. I believe the situation in which one may have made a mistake has occurred.
I don't think it would be a mistake. Because you wouldn't have it all the way out here in no man's land.
And based on your understanding of how a Soulbreaker Orb works, you can't set one off by a mistake usually. Like, you can make a mistake and detonate it by trying to activate it, but you have to know exactly what you're doing to even try to turn it on. It's very difficult to actually activate a Soulbreaker Orb.
You have to use essence to move the rings into a perfect position.
And you have to know the combination of setting the rings, which usually you can't do by just random chance. You can make the mistake and set the timer for basically 0 when you're activating the orb, but no, not the actual activation sequence to turn it on. That's not going to work.
Analysis. Further details are required.
But we have our work to do here.
Just as the sun is starting to set, you finally finish up in the last few bodies.
Wait, why do we need to care for their bodies if they're dead and soulless?
Because even with the souls destroyed like this, they can still call back their hungry ghosts. And you don't want to see what happens with this type of thing.
Okay.
Family members of ghosts will come to the area of a Shadowland.
Mm-hmm. Better to be safe than sorry.
And what's our plan for the Shadowland?
Right now, Kerbeers has not gotten back. You guys sent him off to try to...
As far as I know, the plan right now is for you to flare your anima banner and keep the Shadowland from forming until Kriberius gets back, and then brings, or we find out how we can keep the Shadowland from forming permanently.
Okay.
That's what I know of the plan, at least.
Mm-hmm. And while this is going on, everyone, please give me an awareness roll.
Awareness, you said.
Mm-hmm.
Hapatapatapa. Hapatapa.
1.
4.
I'm assuming you guys are using your best stat, of course, with this.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. How many did you get, Cyril?
1.
Okay. As you guys are getting ready, and Guaco, you channel Essence to flare your anima banner to the sky. Meep.
He deserved being launched into the lake for that.
What did he do?
You don't see the chat in Fantasy Grounds?
The uwu.
Oh.
That's an O.
I didn't notice. I just marked it off.
I noticed, and I launched him into the lake for it.
For a solid minute, I thought no one would notice, and I was like, yes.
You guys can hear footsteps approaching. There's
man,
you're
footsteps coming
approaching
towards
me?
you guys.
How many?
Quite a few. At least like a dozen. It's difficult to tell necessarily.
All right, Nevis will go to investigate.
Yeah, it sounds like it's coming from the north of the village.
What does he find?
As you guys get there, it looks like it's coming from the docks of this little village. There is a large ship dock there. And coming down is what looks to be a large group of people. They look normal. They are wearing nice clothing, very nice clothing. Silk, robes. Some people are wearing like normal work outfits. Very nice though, very rich, very fancy, and each person is dressed like this. And walking ahead of them at the head is a very small figure. He is small. He is small. Maybe 3 feet tall. Maybe. That's maybe pushing it a little bit.
It's the arm.
He looks to be wearing. You can't really see anything. Um, he's wearing full black plate armor, helmet, and fully covered. You can't see really anything else underneath that armor. It is small though. It is very small and cute, almost. Except you can see sometimes a screaming face pushing out against the metal before vanishing back into it. And he has a what looks to be a glaive sheathed on his back.
I am Nevis, King of Conquerors. Who be you, and what brings you to this island?
The armored figure stops and looks at you when you say that, before lifting his hands and claps twice. And one of the people steps forward and smiles, a dazzling, brilliant smile. He lifts his hands up as though about to give a grand speech. Rejoice, for you stand in the presence of the Shining Lord, the one who will lead us to paradise, the one who grants us succor from the world's hardships. Bow your heads and worship his glory so that you might know true peace.
Query. Nevis, is this one of your followers?
I do not recognize him, and nor would I wish for any of my followers to do such things.
Sounds like a conqueror to me.
Lay down your arms, chosen, for you have been offered bliss everlasting. Join us so that we might spread our gospel to all of creation and ensure peace and joy reigns eternally.
You still have not answered my question. What brings you here?
We were sent by our great Lord to find out what happened here and to discover what happened to our brethren, so that we may ascertain what has taken them from us. We have been charged this sacred and most noble duty in his name. Yeah, the armored figure has crossed his arms, and he's just kind of. You see him tapping one of his arms with his finger as he's just kind of listening to this. He very much does not have the same reaction everyone else does.
I do not bow to any being.
It is true. Many have not seen the light. Many do not understand the glories of our Lord, who will rescue us and free us from the chains of slavery that bind us by the gods
One
and their
quick question.
tyranny. Yes.
Is Guaco with us right now?
Yes.
And he's currently literally blazing like the sun.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah, they're showing no reaction to that at all.
So are you here to serve my compatriot Guaco?
No, he is not the true Shining Lord. Our Lord is glorious, holy, and divine, though he denies his divinity. He seeks to free us from all the false gods that inhabit creation, the false usurpers.
I see.
And you came to find out what happened to this island.
Yes, for we had brethren upon this island who, in their holy duties, fell when this island was destroyed. Our Lord had bid us to ascertain what has been done and to lay their bodies to rest if necessary.
We laid their bodies to rest, but somebody let loose a soulbreaker orb here.
You
Where?
see the man you see the man who was speaking suddenly go very taut and rigid. Like his whole body was like going into rigor mortis, his neck snapping to the side before suddenly snapping back to the other side. Like you can hear the bones creak before his whole demeanor just kind of changes and shifts, becoming just very serious as he's looking at you. Did you say a soulbreaker orb?
Yes.
What was one of those doing here? His voice is also different. Like, not the voice itself, it hasn't changed, but the tone and inflection is much different. He
And
is
who,
not talking the way he was before.
and who are we speaking to now?
You're talking to the one in charge. You.
Where?
He's looking right at Nevis. You broke my stuff.
I
Where? Is this
destroyed.
the diminutive one?
What was that, Moriarty?
Query, is this the diminutive one?
No, this is not the armored one speaking. You broke my stuff.
We just got to this island and found everyone dead.
I'm not talking about this island. I'm talking about the other island up north. You broke my stuff there.
As a matter of fact, I avoided all manner of collateral damage to the island or the property upon it.
I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about my stuff. I have put a lot of effort to get those things up to snuff. Training soldiers can be annoying, you know.
Most of those soldiers still live.
Yeah, but you killed some of them. And those were mine.
The ones that deserved to die for crimes that they committed.
Yeah, you broke my stuff. I'm not happy about it.
Then why don't you come here and speak to me yourself?
You see the man's body twitch, and you hear a soft sigh from the armored one who just kind of shakes his head a little bit. And just like, he stops tapping his arm and just kind of reaches up and rubs at the helmet of his forehead. like, oh god, this is going to be a headache. You see the man's body start twitching and just like convulsing before you hear the bones crack and start breaking, and his body just reshaping itself. You see his right arm, both of his legs flowing into his body, and about half of his left arm begin just moving into his body, into his chest. He's growing smaller and smaller as this goes on. And then you see dark black shadow, like solid shadow, move out from his body to replace those limbs.
Is it just
And
me, or does everything seem louder today?
and before long,
Sorry, not to
uh
interrupt.
what looks to be like a 12 or 13-year-old boy is standing there. Though it's hard to tell considering like you can't really see most of his body. Most of his body is like that shadow stuff.
Ah, I see. Nothing more than an
Beforehand,
impetuous child.
beforehand, everyone please make an integrity roll for that.
Integrity. The thing that
Yes.
I do not have. No, I'm kidding. I have many integrity. I assume we'd roll this one more with fortitude.
Yeah, you can make fortitude. I
Uh,
would say fortitude for this.
I mean,
Yeah, this would be.
the whole point of Exalted is that you are meant to be able to roll with your best attribute, regardless
If
of what
you
it is.
Well, if you can justify it. In some cases, it does say specifically what it was. I think fortitude would be good for this because of specifically what would be happening.
Can I? Is there willpower in this?
Yes.
Gonna spend a willpower. I don't like that roll.
Yes, you can.
Did it. Oh, there's a 10 in there. Well, that's one better at least. Blech. When do we get like 20 dice to roll?
When you use your charms.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, each of you, please write down on your character sheet under your intimacies, please put a minor intimacy of fear on it, please.
Can I spend another willpower?
Actually, you reminded me of my charms, and I actually get a +1 roll to die to literally every roll.
That is still not high enough right there.
Okay.
Cyril, you already spent a point of willpower to reroll, so you can't do it again. Yeah. Just put that.
Living artifact.
Fear of small boy.
Basically, yes.
So am I to presume that you are the leader of these beings, these mercenaries?
They're mine. They're my people. Sure are.
Then you are the one that I shall have to dispatch. Understood. And he turns and starts walking away.
Hey, don't just walk away.
Come along, Guaco and Cyril. We have work to be about here. Far more important than dealing with some impenitent child.
Don't ignore me.
Sorry for
Don't.
taking up your time.
Ignore me.
Turn around and start walking.
Everyone, please roll initiative right now.
Da-da-da-da.
Yeah, you guys just set him off. He can't help it because the heart eaters the heart eaters' weakness is, as you saw in the story, they feel absolute emptiness and loneliness. They can't stand being ignored or not cared about. It will set them off, and they will go into an absolute homicidal rage with it.
Um, where is initiative?
So that is going to be okay. Actually, this is our first real combat, so I get to explain how this works. Okay. So normally, what you would roll for going into combat would be athletics. However, you can make an argument for something else, depending on how you do it. You could use stealth if you're entering combat by hiding. You can tell me how you want to try to, but I have to approve it. Normally, the go-to would be athletics. And
Oh,
I'm
is
gonna
it
roll.
just athletics then?
It's always going to be plus whatever your attribute you want to try to do.
Okay.
And the number of successes you get.
This is gonna be a fun one.
Like I posted in the chat, Nevis is seeing a child throwing a tantrum over his army being defeated. He has more important things to deal with right now, such as, stopping a Shadowlands from forming.
Okay.
You have initiative 0.
Yep.
So this is the way initiative works in this system, okay? So whoever rolls the highest initiative gets to choose who goes first. We basically go on a team system here, okay? It's Cyril, Guaco, Nevis versus the armored knight and our tantruming child. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So out of everyone who rolled here, our armored knight rolled highest, so he is going to get to go first. When he takes his action, when he is done with his turn, he gets to say who goes next. Usually you're going to choose your ally for this. You cannot choose someone who has already gone in the round. So once everyone has been chosen, it resets back up at the start again. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I played
So,
a
like, if you...
system with this setup before. It's not particularly my favorite, but I do understand it.
So, it is our knight's turn. What is he going to do here? He is going to take the time to use those charms. So he would be targeting... No, he would just be doing that. You see the armored knight sigh, reach up and just pull his glaive off of his back. And when he does that, you see his shadow literally move up and flow over his body and over his armor, and it grows more demonic and just like tougher looking. And from that, you also see two other limbs come out, each wielding their own glaive as well. I suppose we're doing this. And that's going to be all for his turn. He is going to be standing at attention, kind of all three glaives out in front of his companion. His companion, on the other hand, looks absolutely livid, like he's about to blow a freaking gasket. And Guaco, make an integrity check for me.
Okay.
This is like, I'm very happy you guys took integrity.
Real quick, where do I find the animal stats in the
The book?
manuscript?
Ooh, I have the book here. Give me a second. They were towards the end, if I remember correctly.
Because I have some extra benefits from one of my charms that I need to figure out.
I am looking right now. Okay, there we go. Found it. Now I'm going up to find the animals. Okay, found the animals. Boop, 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 boop.
Specifically the one for Martens.
Okay, creating animals, page 370.
Thank you.
Okay, Guaco. With that roll, you feel something clawing at your mind. Like when you look at him, you suddenly feel for a few seconds absolute shame in yourself for how you are acting and behaving. That this being truly does and is worthy of your worship and adoration, and that you should stop your allies from doing these horrible things before you're able to shake it off and go, "What the fuck? That wasn't me." And he is going to pass it to Nevis. It is your turn.
Okay.
Actually, no. Okay, yeah, we can do Nevis if you're ready.
Well, I mean, I've got some questions either way, but
Yes.
also I guess I should switch over to boss fight or just regular combat.
Boss fight.
Regular combat. These guys aren't that hard.
I wasn't planning for you guys to actually fight these people, but you went and pissed off the big bad.
Oh, we're gonna finish the game early. Okay, I see.
No, you can't finish the game early, even if
The
you win this
mini
fight.
big bad.
Yeah, he's like the big bad of like the first chapter. The thing is,
you don't understand heart eaters.
yeah, this is not him. The heart eaters can take over other people's bodies.
They're body
Right.
jumpers.
Yeah, right now his real body is safe and sound. He's just body jacking and he can use his abilities through this body. Heart eaters are extraordinarily difficult to actually kill.
Okay. So,
I am ready when you are.
for the record,
Yes.
Nevis is always in using his hybrid body transformation.
Okay.
It gives him +1 to every roll.
Okay.
And he also gets a number of automatic successes equal to his essence for anything that would fit within. One sec. Let me bring up the exact wording here.
Okay.
Add her essence in automatic successes to all actions that fall within the scope of your animal spirit shape's milieu.
Okay.
So, which of course, Nevis, that is Marten.
Yes. So anything a Marten can do well, you can do well.
He climbed tree, he steal egg.
Yes, you climb tree, you steal egg.
I also do a lot more than that. Thank you very much.
No.
No, no, no.
Parkour.
No, no. No, no. No, no, no.
Oh, I buy the lemon pledge.
But yes. Continue.
You say lemon pledge, you mean like the cleaner, right?
Yes, it was the joke.
Have you not seen Family Guy?
Oh, I have. You just didn't do the voice.
Well, I got a sore throat, so
You didn't say that.
So Nevis, you have a couple of actions you can do here.
am I aware they're attacking?
Oh yeah, you can
Okay.
tell that. Well, specifically, the armored knight has just basically his own shadow has flown up over his body and formed into like a demonic visage, and he has drawn his glaive as well as form two shadow arms from his back shoulders that each are holding a glaive as well in their arms.
Also,
And
Them's fighting stance.
he's taking up a defensive position in front of the other one, who is looking very focused at Guaco, and you can see a mark, like almost glimmering opal, forming on his forehead.
okay, so we need to stop that. I also need the stats on the spear Nevis got.
That would be. Let me grab it real quick. You have the stats for your old spear?
Yes.
Add +1 to the overwhelming and +2 to damage. You haven't actually used. You haven't unlocked any of the evocations of the weapon yet.
Okay.
So you don't have any of the special abilities quite yet.
And are they still standing on the dock?
Yes.
Okay. What is around the scene?
For you guys, yeah, the boat is their boat is behind them. It's a large boat, large galleon. There's the dock. The villagers' huts behind you guys and around you guys. Pretty anything you kind of think of that would be here on like a dock for like fishing and that kind of stuff, you could probably find here. So, quick note I want to let you know real quick. So, do you see the words power on your sheets? On your character sheets?
Yes.
So, whenever you have two options that you can do for an attack. You can attempt to gather power, or you can spend power in order to try to actually do damage. There are multiple ways that you can gather power. You can make an attack to gather power, and that's basically you trying to get control of the fight and push them on the defensive and put them where you want them to be. You could attempt to make a war roll, for example, to lead everybody and direct them in tactics. You could make a presence roll to inspire everyone around you or demoralize your enemy. You could make a craft roll and make traps to lead them into like ambushes or traps you build. You could use stealth to vanish from sight and then make your strike when they least expect it. There are multiple ways to gather power in this game. It's more like what you would want your character to do, and then when you spend power to actually attack, you spend that many after you make an attack, and you get to roll that many dice of damage, plus any extra successes.
Okay.
But if your power is not higher than their hardness, you cannot make the attack to actually try to damage them. You do not have enough control of the fight, and you can't get through their armor or protection.
So
The more heavily armored they are, the higher their hardness will be.
the boy is the child is focusing very heavily, correct?
Yes. It's clear he's probably using essence here.
Okay.
Because you can see a cast mark glowing, which means he's spending essence.
What? Okay, so what options do I know of that could disrupt him from using that?
You don't know exactly what he's even trying to do. It doesn't look like it's necessarily working, though.
But he is focusing.
Yes, which is why he didn't actually like do anything, because it looks like he was trying to do something to someone.
All right. Nevis is going to call to his soldiers. Men, let them hear you cry out. Drown out this impudent child with your voices. Slam your weapons against your shields. Make the earth tremble with your sound. Hard to focus on anything if there's that much noise, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So kind of gathering power while also making a lot of distraction stuff.
I'll let you make a war roll for that.
Excellent. I like
So that's going to go again. That's going to be against their defense, though. To see if you can actually disrupt them a little bit. Who are you specifically going after?
The one that's focusing.
Okay, go ahead.
He's also having his soldiers line up. And like I said, they're banging weapons on shields. They are shouting. They are making... they're stomping on the ground.
Okay.
Let's see.
So, just to let you know, and this is for everyone, there are what are called gambits. This normally would be a distraction gambit. You do not have the power yet to spend to attempt the gambit, but I will still let you perform the action. You're just not going to get the benefit of the actual distraction yet. Make sense?
Somewhat?
So there are what are called gambits. There are like
Yeah.
disarm, knockout, distraction, unhorsing, reposition. These gambits cost power to activate. You spend the power and then you make the attempt to do it. If you succeed, you cause a big effect to happen. Like, if you succeed on the distraction gambit, the next person who goes after you gets a big bonus to their attack and a penalty to the person who's being distracted's defense.
Okay.
Whenever you focus your attacks on one person, their AC, basically, the equivalent of their AC, goes down by 1 point for each person after the first who attacks them. Because in this, if one person is suddenly defending from Nevis's spear, well, they're so busy defending from the spear, it's a little bit harder for them to block Cyril's blazing death bolts. And then even if they survive that, well, what happens when Guaco comes in with his sword, if he had a sword, for instance? Just as an example.
Okay. So, I need to make...
Sometimes it can be very good for your main attacker to go last.
Okay, so basically my goal here was more gathering power, while also, you know... I didn't understand the gambit thing, but I was like, you know, it's going to be very hard for him to focus.
This will be a stunt, so you will get a +2 on your roll.
Ooh, cool.
So each success you get will get to add 1 point of power to your sheet.
Well, I got 10 dice plus, this is an excellency, so I believe that's +1 or more.
+1. Actually, let me double check for the excellencies.
Oh, right. Add that ability as a dice bonus. So 15 dice.
Yes. That's how I was double checking. It's like, that doesn't seem right here. I was trying to find the looters one. And that will cost 1 mote to do. You regain 1 mote At the start of each turn.
I assume
At the
unless
start
we
of each of
have
your turns.
moats committed, I assume.
Yeah, committed modes are basically always active, keeping something going.
Okay. Yeah, because 2 moats are committed at all times to the hybrid body thing.
Yep. So 2 of your 5 modes are spoken for, but you
Yeah.
still have 3 more.
Okay. So yeah. 15 dice then.
Mm-hmm.
Is that satisfactory to you, Moriarty, or... I know you said 20 earlier, but is this close enough?
Yeah, it's not 20. We'll get there. We'll get there. You're closer.
That's a lot of ones.
Willpower to reroll. That is way too many. I do not want my first really cool action to be that bad.
Oh, did you add in the 2 dice for your
I did
stunts?
not. Okay, those didn't matter. Let's see, those
And then the
10s.
2 10s.
Another 10.
You got some power.
All right.
You have 10 points of power. As you just feel the just air vibrate as your men form up and begin just banging their shields and letting out roars of defiance.
So I literally have max power right now from one
Yep.
turn.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. This can happen.
Cool. I am satisfied with this. Anything else I can do on my turn, or...
That will be it. Well, you could move if you want, but you're already in close range of them. So
Alright.
you don't have to actually move a ranged band to actually attack them.
So
you get to choose who goes next.
For extra, Nevis is going to slam his spear, the butt of his spear down, striking a magnificent pose. But also being ready for, to fight. You want Cyril to go next, Oshime?
Yeah.
Alright, Cyril.
Alright, so as all this is going on, Cyril will say, "Warning, hostilities have been detected. I shall now initiate negotiations," he says as he whips out his giant freaking rifle thing, sunbeam laser,
The fiery solar cannon.
and it just starts to go pew as he's spending his turn to charge it up and gain power.
Okay. For that, make a. I can see an argument.
I could see either presence or ranged weapons because I'm aiming more or less.
I'll take that as an aim action. I'll let you make a. I'll let you make a range one for that. I like it.
All right. Where the heck is that? There it is. So yeah, that's 9. 9 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there's a 10 in there. How dare you! 1, 2, 3 successes.
All right, you get 3 power from that.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh, you did stun, so I'll let you have 2 more dice.
Also, I have ranged combat excellency. During step 1 outside combat, this may be used to best. Add the ability as dice. Do not applicable roll for choosing ability. Mage choose close. So what does a combat excellency do for me?
What's your ranged weapon? How many dice do you have?
Accuracy is +1, damage +2. Oh, I don't know if that adds another one to my range.
Your accuracy does add +1.
Okay, so, and you said I could reroll 2?
No. So if you use your excellency, how many ranged weapon dice do you have for
5.
in that ability? You have that at 5. You get to
That's a
add
5.
5 more dice.
My god. And accuracy, so it's an extra 6.
And plus your 2 stunt dice because you stunted there.
So what does that mean? That you stunned?
Whenever you do something cool or something awesome like what you did by your description of saying that and then preparing your weapon, that's called stunting. Whenever you
Okay.
stunt, you get a bonus 2 dice or you can change the scene in some way.
Cool. All right. More dice.
Yes.
More dice.
Now
All right,
you also had one more 10 there. Did you roll that one?
yeah, that first 10 was part of the 3 because 2 of those are stunt and then one of them was a 10. The
Okay.
6d10 was the 5 plus the 1 accuracy. So the 3d10 was the 2 stunt and then another 10.
Okay.
And
Second.
so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes. And I don't know. Yeah, okay. An excellency doesn't lower the DC or anything. It's purely
Nope. It just
based
adds
on the
extra
enemy.
dice. Yes.
All right, so that's 8 successes.
All right, so you get 8 power then
Excellent. How much?
as you begin charging up.
7, 8. Oh my god, I'm almost full.
Yep, so that will be your turn unless you wanted to move somewhere, but you're already in close range to them.
Oh, I'll go ahead and uh increase distance. I'm a long range fighter.
Okay. So where do you want to go?
Um, I will.
Just
I will
run to the other
backtrack.
side of the island.
Like you could bound up onto you could try climbing up onto one of the rooftops to get an aerial vantage point. Or
Ooh,
you could move back behind the army a little bit. Get them
I
in between
was
you.
I was debating having the army in front, but having that aerial vantage point really sounds good. So I think I'll do that. Just
I
you.
mean, you could probably get an aerial vantage point from the other side of the army as well.
Yeah, there's not that hard. You just bound up and just easily climb up. You're not even need to roll. This is a very easy task for you.
I do also want to point out that being an Exalted, you can literally shoot things from miles away.
I mean, with the charms, yes. Um. Now it will move to Guaco. It is your turn.
Well, looks like I've been enough of a distraction for you. I'll get out of your way. As I jump onto their ship to where their helm is.
Do you have a way to jump that far? Their ship is kind of behind all of them.
Jump good.
I have Monkey Leap.
Okay, yep. I will allow you to make that jump.
Jump good.
So I'm at their helm. Going to be driving their ship into the dock next turn.
Yeah, no, literally one moment Guaco is between you, Nevis, and Cyril, and then the next is Cyril runs and bounces up onto that rooftop. Guaco literally jumps like 40 feet onto their ship and just land there.
And since this is also... Where is that? Right there. Is this a battle group that we're facing?
No.
Okay. And with my anima banner, without needing to roll, defeat up to 1 essence in extras every turn.
Okay.
And add the Dawn's essence in dice to damage against battle groups. Additionally, battle groups increase the difficulty to resist a route check by the Exalt essence. So that helps Zims.
Mm-hmm.
and I can't use my Unconquered Anima effect because that wouldn't come in play right now. So one of the people that's being next to the controlled pop as I jump away.
Yeah, you just land and you just nail that the captain of the ship and just take him down with a single blow. You bonk him.
And then I'm guessing that the only person left would be the Heart Eater, unless one of the other.
Right now, most of the other people are actually on the dock, not on the ship. So most of you, there's just the crew on the ship at the moment.
Yep. And what I'd be doing is taking the helm and driving it into the pier, where they're all standing.
Make a navigation roll. And I will allow you to stunt this because this is fucking awesome. So he can actually do this because of that. Because he actually has very good at this. Yeah, you let him charge that, so he has that. Let's go, baby! Alright, so he gets those two more. And he gets those because he's going to get that stunt because of what I'm going to be doing here. Yeah! Okay, dice. Okay. I'm really glad this is not an attack roll. I am really glad this is not an attack roll. Okay. So, Guaco, you bound up onto the ship, knock out the captain with a single just backhand, and take over the ship. It's like, okay, you haven't really done a lot with the ship before. You've done a little bit, but, well, it's been a little bit since you've driven an actual ship. Usually you have people do that for you. But you get the hang of it pretty quickly, and you spin the wheel to get the ship start turning into the docks. And as you do that, you see the shadowy knight glance back over his shoulder towards the ship, look straight at you before his shadow moves and two more massive arms shoot out from his back. They grab on, dig into the wood, and lift the ship out of the water and are actually holding the ship, this massive galleon, above his head.
We
Yes, this little knight is now holding this massive ship above his head. This is what happens when you roll 18 successes on your feat of strength. He was originally going to try to stop the ship. He rolled enough successes to just lift the ship out of the water and hold it over him. And Guaco, it is your turn to choose who goes next. Which of your enemies do you want to go first?
Hold up.
Yes?
What about Nevis's army?
Do you want them to actually join the combat?
You want them to get run over by the cannon or by the ship?
Okay, maybe not yet.
Because if they join combat, they are going to be a open target.
Fine. Nah, Nevis wouldn't see this guy as important enough to bother the army with.
To be fair, this guy just picked up an entire ship.
So?
And he looks prepared to eat it. If necessary.
I'm not going to choose the Umbral. I'm going to choose the Heart Eater to go next.
Wise not to choose the umbrella. You're gonna choose the Heart Eater to go next. Okay. What would he do here right now?
Angry. That's what he's gonna do.
He's really not happy right now. He's really not happy at the moment. Yeah, he kind of just stomps his foot here and goes, "Now you're trying to take my ship. Stop taking my stuff." Yeah, he's gonna be so upset. Like, he's actually not going to do anything this turn. So he would skip his turn then. Because, like, he is just so angry. He is so upset at what you, Nevis, and now what you have done. Oh, he's not happy.
I claim the ship in the name of Pelps.
So you have chosen
What?
death.
I can't hear you over the sound of my army.
So it is going to pass to Sir Knight's turn, the Umbral's turn. Oh boy, God have mercy on your souls.
I'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Actually, he's
Okay.
not really interested in you, Guaco. He's interested in Nevis. Yeah, he's gonna be going after Nevis here.
I parry.
What's
Sorry,
your
wrong
parry?
game.
What's your parry defense?
Oh, no. I mean, I just reach out, grab Perry from the werewolf game, and throw him.
Alright, so give me a second. Yep.
I feel like that's
And
a combination roll of sagacity, strength, And magic.
You see the Umbral's aura blaze. Just dark shadows dancing around him. As he bounds forward, he's almost too fast to see. As he is on you in a moment, Nevis. All three of his glaives dancing and swirling around. Striking and slashing. What's your parry defense, Nevis?
1 second. So first off, does dodge come into this, or like?
You can choose dodge or parry.
Yep. So dodge is off your athletics. Parry is off of your melee.
Parry is close combat plus attribute divided by 2.
Yep. And then dodge is your athletics plus your attribute divided by 2.
Well, I have flickering shadow evasion. Attack, strike, empty space. The Exalt's dodge so fast as to be nearly imperceptible. Spend 2 motes on step 2. On step 4, roll your choice of attribute plus athletics and add your successes to your defense against the attack.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
Okay. So normally your defense is going to be, what's your athletics plus your, in this case, finesse?
That would be a total of 6.
So then you divide that by 2. So your defense normally would be 3. So in order for someone to actually hit you, they have to roll 4 or more successes. With that charm, you get to roll as well your athletics plus your finesse, and every success gets to add 1 to your defense. So it's a way to increase your defense dice, basically.
Okay. Actually, no. Because of the hybrid body, it would actually be another bonus to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, actually, I wouldn't have the motes to spend on that. Never mind. Being a lunar, I could technically, anything that uses finesse, I can also double my finesse.
Ah, I gotcha.
Which actually would probably be higher. Oh, wait, no, it wouldn't. Never mind. So, I'm not sure if I should actually use that, though.
Your choice.
Because I am a noob, I am going to ask this. Would you recommend I use it?
He has 20 dice of attack.
Okay, I'm using it.
He can't actually damage you with this because this is a gather power move because he doesn't have any power yet. Be glad you pissed off his brother, but if he gathers enough power to actually make an attack against you, you're not going to like what happens.
Okay.
These guys were raised to solar level power.
Okay.
These guys are on your level of combat ability.
Okay, so without rolling it, or like without using the evasion, how many dice would I be rolling then?
You don't roll any. Your defense is just 3.
Oh.
So I have to roll higher than 3 dice.
And because this is with dodge, it would actually get a plus 1 because that's my essence due to hybrid body.
Yes, but the thing is, it divides it by 2, so you would only have 4 then. Yeah, okay, yeah, you would still go up to 4 because you round up.
Yeah. Um. Well, parrying would give me... But I could use the evasion in addition to doing the parry, couldn't I?
No, you either dodge or you parry.
I mean, this just says it adds to my defense against the attack. It doesn't say that I have to be dodging.
Then yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay. So I would get a +1. That would be a total of 4. Or I go with parrying and it would still be 4. Nope, rounding up would be 5. Okay, so it is going to be a parry.
Okay.
Do I have to choose? Can I, like, know how many successes he's getting before
Nope, you have to do
Okay.
it. You have to do it before he rolls.
Okay, I'll do the evasion then.
Okay.
So, attribute plus athletics.
I've already rolled his thing, so I'm just not telling you it. So I
Oh,
know
yeah.
how many successes he has.
I'm right now I'm kind of asking, like, to clarify what I'm allowed to know and what I'm not allowed to know and stuff.
You're good. Yep, you're good. You know how many dice he is rolling. You do not know
Yeah.
how many successes he will have yet.
So 4 plus 2, and this would kind of be a dodge, so we get another one. Kind of combo there. And then another one, so 8 dice.
Go for it.
Is he still carrying the boat, by the way?
Yes, he has 2 arms literally carrying the boat when he leaps at you.
Nevis is just, like, bending around every glaive, or at least attempting to. Yeah, you know, using... Oh my god, I am... willpower!
Yep.
That is moderately better. It's at least not a 0. So I guess
Add
with
2 more
that...
add 2 more for the stunt.
Ah. 3 then.
Okay, so what's your new defense going to be?
8.
Okay.
I think.
So, Nevis, as you move almost too fast for the eye to follow, your spear dancing around you, these glaives move almost faster than you are. And they move in such perfect synchronicity with each other that even as you block 2 of them, the third moves in. You're able to move your body so it doesn't actually like take a limb off, but you can feel the blade kind of cut you a little bit each time, or the haft of the back of the glaive strike your side. Not enough to actually do damage, but enough that you can feel the impact almost send you stumbling a little bit before you recover to dodge another strike. By the time your whirling dance stops, it feels like almost an eternity. And your body is a little bit more battered, bruised, and you can feel blood leaking down from a couple of cuts across your chest and arms.
Hold up. Hold up.
Ah.
This guy doesn't have a name yet, so he can't actually do any harm to me.
He does have a name. You just don't know it.
Nope, he has no name yet.
He's not actually doing damage, Nevis. You do
This guy
feel
can't. This
you,
guy
you
can't
do
have a name because I can't read.
you do feel that if you had not channeled essence into your body to move quicker, you would have suffered a lot worse than you did.
Ah.
He only gained 2 power from that because
Oh,
of your defense.
cool.
Yeah, he would have gained 5 if you hadn't done that. And that is all for him. Nevis, your turn, because he will choose you. You do get remember regain 1 point of essence on your turn.
Yes.
What's that one quote? To drive them mad, mad, mad.
Those the gods wish to destroy. They first make mad, mad, mad!
Yeah, that one.
Oh, we made him mad.
Out of character, I feel like the the one that's all pissed off is still the slightly bigger threat. In character, Nevis doesn't care about that child. So he's going to go after the knight.
Okay. So you can attempt to make a lethal strike if you wish.
With all that power.
Yep, you can spend your power if you hit. You have a full 10 power, which means you'll definitely be able to get through his toughness.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright, so what's the accuracy on your weapon? Do you have accuracy written down?
2.
So you get add a +2 on your attack as well.
So it's close combat plus finesse plus accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, I've got my... my hybrid body thingamajigger. So
Yep.
this is... oh, there's a little calculator right here for us.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be 10 dice plus the hybrid body for another. And Marticus can fight with me, right? I've been a little confused on that.
He can act during your turn. Usually it's not wise to have your animal companion attack, though, unless it's built for combat. Because smaller ones are very easy to get killed. Usually this is going to be bigger ones like lions or other beasts. Martens are going to be like for spying or for observing, because you can see through their senses.
I wanted him to... my idea for him was, like, he would be part of my attacks, basically.
Flavor-wise, you could do that.
Okay.
Flavor-wise, it's okay.
I was hoping for
I
a
would
bonus
totally-
from him, but I'm okay with flavor as well.
I would probably the +2 for stunting.
Savor
Oh, yeah.
the flavor.
Yeah, the stunting is a thing.
Mhm.
So... Nevis...
Literally, it says in the guide, literally everyone should be stunting every turn because it's so easy to do.
Nevis, kind of as he is in the middle of the dodging and everything, he dodges back low to, he leans way back, kind of like doing the limbo, and then uses the rear of his spear to push himself back up and then drive the spear at him. Marticus leaping off to gnaw at one of his arms and claw at it before leaping
Getting
back to
away.
Nevis as he's pulling his spear back. What, Toshime?
Nothing.
All right. You may make your attack, Nevis. Do you wish to use your excellency? Because you do regain 1 mote.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
Since I can apply it with finesse as well.
Yep.
It's a little broken having excellency on a lunar.
Excellent. You should see the excellency that the sidereals get. They can lower the target dice that they have to hit.
Okay, that one is broken too.
Welcome to Exalted. Everything's broken, so nothing is.
True.
And if everyone's super,
Like I said, this is why you sent the Exalted to do the Exalted's job. Putting normal mortals against the Exalted is just going, oh, this is so adorable. Pat, pat, pat. You're so cute. You're trying so hard, though.
Be glad that I didn't go with a war solar.
Oh, God.
All right. Let's see here. So, I assume I'm getting the stunt, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be 12 plus 4 from the... no, it would be 13 because of hybrid body.
Yep.
And, you know, for good measure, he's also going to slash out with his own claws. That would give me another die to roll.
Sure. No, that gives you an automatic success.
Oh, yeah, automatic success, right.
Mm-hmm.
So, 13... Or no, 12 for dice. Plus another 4 from finesse from the excellency. So that would be... God, I'm having to do...
Welcome to Exalted Math.
Exalted math isn't how much of a bonus you get. It's just how many dice am I even rolling?
Uh-huh. You get to make all the clicky clacks. All the clicky clacks.
So 16, I believe, would be the... No, 17.
You add in the 2 stunt dice?
Yes. So it's base 10, 2 for stunt, 1 for hybrid body, 4 for finesse.
You got the accuracy added in as well?
The base 10 includes the accuracy, yes.
Don't teach my hamster to suck eggs.
I suppose I should look at this influence before I roll.
Oh.
Don't worry, it's just the evil owl.
That's what I'm worried about. Okay.
evil.
Evil!
Sure, I'll allow that.
Okay, back to figuring out how... Okay, 17, I think, was the final total? Yes.
Yep. Welcome to Exalted. I love this game.
Ooh, I see several 10s. And no 1s yet. So 1,
Yeah, I
2,
don't see ones either.
3... Another 10!
Ooh.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus the extra success, so 14.
And the damage of your weapon?
I'll get added on afterwards. So, real quick though, I have a question. This is a
Yes.
very, very important question I have to ask.
Yes.
Guaco, what's your defense?
Oh no.
Soak or?
What's your defense?
Remember, this is a very important question, which means you should lie.
My parry is 2. My evasion is 0 because of my armor.
Hey. Nevis, what's your weapons damage?
Damage is 3.
What is it? Okay. Guaco, what is your soak?
Oh
My
no!
My soak is 5.
Okay. Nevis, please roll 10 dice for me.
All
Don't
right.
do it. It's a trap.
Eight.
Guaco, how much HP do you have?
Not 8.
7.
Guaco, you may take a wound here to not die if you wish. Not a severe wound, but a wound.
Okay. How do I mark that?
Mark it down on your character sheet, like in the notes.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of something suitably dramatic here. Because this is a dramatic wound here. This is something that's worked into the system. If you take a lot of damage, you can take these. It's only a minor wound, so you can get rid of this very easily with some rest and such.
It's only a
An ex-
flesh wound.
Yeah. How exactly were you attacking again, Nevis? Like, how was your spear moving?
Towards the chest.
Okay.
And then you had Mardicus clawing at one of the arms, and Nevis also had his claws going for the throat.
Guaco, 1 minute you're on the ship, piloting it. The next, you see your shadow move. And from it, you see Mardicus come flying out, biting and scratching before he realizes what he's doing. His claws rip into your shoulder a bit, into your armor, but it's the spear that comes out along with the claw through your shadow. You're able to move your head down, which keeps your throat from being ripped open as the spear goes into your chest and you feel a coldness there. Your face is slashed as one of your eyes is forced shut. And you stumble back as the spear draws back. And you just kind of collapse to the ground, holding your wound, just panting as Mardicus also falls back into almost you. You're incapacitated, but you're okay. You will not bleed out. That's the good thing about being exalted. Nevis, what you saw, you moved perfectly. You moved so quickly, it was almost faster than the eye can see. But when you struck, the armor seemed to react. The shadows around it seemed to just absorb your blows. And you saw Marticus vanish into it for a moment before the little Marten get yeeted out back onto your shoulder. When the spear draws back from his chest, you can see him panting. Like, this cost him something to do. I never thought I'd have to use that. Well played. You're a lot better than I gave you credit for. You damn near almost killed me there. Do commend your...
Sure.
I was thinking what he was going to say. That would be enough for him to activate this as a action. Yes. Let me double check that real quick. Yes, he can still do that. So, yes, he is going to immediately... His shadow is going to spread out over both the tantruming brother and all of his hanger-ons, and they're just going to fall into that shadow. And he's going to step back into it as well and look at Nevis. And he's going to point his glaive at him. Next time we fight, I look forward to it. But for now, for showing such might and power, I want to see you grow and become even more powerful and take care of your friends. And
Hey,
he's going
real
to
quick.
point. Yes.
While he's monologuing, can I shoot him?
Sure,
Well,
I will let you make the shot. Here he is trying to be honorable and actually help you guys out a little bit.
Take the shot.
You may take your shots.
All right.
And it goes
I
through
get-
his shadow into me.
No,
Yep.
you can't do that. That's only that's a once per scene move that he can do unless he resets it, and he cannot reset it right now.
Yeah. Upon Cyril hearing that, oh, that almost killed me. Cyril's like, ah, okay, well, this will kill you then, and then, pew. As
You may-
you know, a star goes across the fucking field at his face.
You may make your attack.
All right. So let's see. That is 9 plus another 6, so that is 15 dice. And I'm assuming I don't stunt here.
You gotta give me something. You gotta give us something cool.
Are you going to aim it into the shadow to attack what he's protecting?
Oh, I thought the shadow just surrounded him. I thought he was wearing it like armor.
It is, but it also just spread out to encompass everyone and draw them down and vanish into it.
Oh no, I'm aiming for him. I want to cut off the head.
Okay.
Phew! No, my 10! Wow, this is horrible roll. I'm gonna willpower that one.
By the way, Nevis, I just want to say you made him use his once per scene perfect defense to not die. I did not expect you guys to actually force him to use that technique.
There's some 10s. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 plus 3 10s. So that's okay. Is that 9? I think that's 9.
That's 10 with the 7.
Okay, it is 10. Okay. You're counting the 1 in there too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that, yeah, range attack 10.
Alright, so you have 10 power, yes? Or 8 power,
I
8 power.
believe it's 8 power, but I think if we count my weapon, I think my weapon gives +2 damage.
Yep.
But I think it
That's
counts as
10.
10.
So then you get to roll 12 dice of, or sorry, 7 dice of damage on him because of his soak.
Hold on, double checking my sheet. Yep, damage +2.
Yep. You do have enough to
oh.
penetrate his hardness.
It does have flame damage +1 as well.
So you would get 8 dice then, because that adds an extra 1 dice.
And it can lower the defense by 1 to lower soak by. Oh, I can lower my own defense by 1 to lower soak by 2. Can I do that retroactively here?
Yes.
Okay. So his soak is lowered by 2. Does that give me any extra dice?
That will give you 2 extra dice.
Okay, so.
Oh, you're plugging yourself into the weapon to charge it.
Yep.
Yes. So that's 10, 11, 12, 13 damage dice.
13 minus the soak. So you get to roll 10 dice. 10 dice of damage.
Well, I had 7 before. I lowered the soak by 2, so that should give me 9. Plus
9.
flame damage.
Yep,
And
so
plus
10.
Yeah. And then plus the 2 damage.
I already added that in.
Okay, so it's
Yep.
10. Okay. Okay, so I'm rolling 10.
Yes, you're rolling 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boop. One, 2, 3, 2. Oh, this is sad. Sadness.
You blast, and that bolt of pure light comes streaking down. He moves to the side, but not fast enough, as you just strike him in the right shoulder, and he lets out a cry of pain. As you can see the armor is singed. And you're pretty sure there's some burns under there, even if you can't see it. And as he sinks down, he points his spear at you, Cyril, as well. I'll remember that.
Don't
Machine.
teach my hamster to suck eggs.
Excellent. Cyril stares with uncaring eyes.
As the ship is lowered gently back into the water.
Great fun! Right, Boo?
And just making sure damage from the weapon gets added on after the roll.
It's added as damage dice.
Okay.
I cannot do those ones. Woo. Go ahead and refund both of those back. Because those glaives aren't actually real, and he won't drop his actual glaive. That's his artifact.
The reason why I was asking is because the damage dice on my weapon. Because it's a gore maul, it's 14 damage dice.
As the ship splashes down, Nevis, you can smell the blood in the air.
Perhaps next time we fight, you will not cower and send it against another.
Yeah, Mardicus is going, oh god, oh god, oh god, Nevis. Your friend is in trouble.
Nevis is going to go up and do what he can to help with that, though not his area of expertise.
As you go up to Guaco, you can see, like, he's basically been skewered. You missed his heart by a couple of inches. And as you do that, you hear a voice in your mind. You are concerned and worried for him. He is important to you?
I don't exactly have time for 20 questions, whoever you are. I am trying to help him.
You can feel it. You can feel where this is coming from after you focus for a second as you say that. It's coming from your spear in your hand.
He's going to look at the spear.
What would you give to save those you care for?
Everything. I may have just
Are you-
met him, but I do not wish for death.
The pact
on
is
him.
sealed.
Are you being truthful when you say that?
Yes.
Nevis is no longer an Exalted.
Okay.
As you say that, Nevis, you feel some of your power run out of you. Please commit 1 motive essence to the spear, and you are going to get access to 2 evocations of the spear here. The first evocation functions as a healing and regeneration ability. You can attempt to make a roll to heal somebody. If you succeed on the roll, you can remove all damage on a single person. You can only use this once per scene. And then the second one is the spear can perfectly defend you and those you care about from a single attack. Once again, this can only be used once per scene, unless reset by blocking a deadly attack going at an ally.
Can I get those written up and sent to me?
Yes, I will write those down and send them to you.
In that case, Nevis is going to do the healing.
Make a...
And how are you going to do the healing? By stabbing me all the way through the heart?
No. Make
No.
a finesse plus sagacity. And you're to blame.
Do a what?
Sagacity plus finesse.
-1.
Willpower.
Wait, no. Sagacity plus finesse.
I have 0
Yeah.
in sagacity.
Oh, my bad. I thought you had something in that. Let me change that. Let's go
kinda-
presents. Let's go presents for that.
It's a -1 again. The dice gods have spoken.
I'm sorry. I thought you had sagacity. That's my fault. I will let you make a presence roll because this is going off of your presence.
-1.
Actually,
No, it's 3.
I was like,
You can feel your might channeling into the spear as The flag blazes with your anima banner, with your light. And as that light falls over Guaco, you feel the pain of your wound vanish. And you can feel your eye open again as you feel everything just knitting back together slowly.
And once I feel good enough again,
Nevis literally is just shouting, sorry, not to interrupt, but get the fuck up! Payday 2 reference, you know?
Pain is weakness leaving the body.
There's an ability in Payday 2 where you can literally just shout out, get the fuck up, and your comrade that is literally riddled with bullet holes, bleeding out on the floor, just stands up like nothing's wrong.
Pain is only mental.
a bucket, my god.
The safe word is police brutality.
Let's not get into that there.
Hey, it's part of Payday 2.
I know, but that's a whole different thing altogether. Thank you.
It is.
Thanks for getting me back up. Now we still have a work to do, as I'll start taking to prep the captain that I smushed to be buried.
Quick question though, what is the status of his banner? Of Guaco's banner.
Sorry, you cut out there for me?
My anima banner? It's
Yeah.
still full.
Yep, his anima banner is still blazing.
Okay.
It's gonna be like that for all night. I can keep it going.
I wasn't certain if being, like wounded like this would interrupt it or not. I
No,
don't know
he
how
didn't
the
die.
system works.
You're good.
No, even if I die, that anima banner's still going to be around for a while. How much essence gets poured out of that thing?
Mm-hmm. But yes. You slowly do recover. And open your eyes again.
And your spear hurts.
That one in particular was worthy of the full force and might that I possess. I apologize that they twisted it.
I think we got on the kid's bad side. We may need to break a few more of his things.
Oh, absolutely. If it happens to come across, though. I really don't care about that kid.
Apology. I had tried to kill him, but my shot seems to have missed its mark.
Well, we shall have another chance to dispatch them. For now, we have other duties to attend to, though.
As you say that, a swirling gate just open in midair, and the doors slowly swing open, as you hear Krabiris' voice, I brought help! I brought help! I brought help!
Ah,
End of
excellent
session.
timing. Oi, we started late and we are still 45 minutes away from the end time.
Yeah, yes, this is a good stopping point for now.
But we are still 45 minutes from the end time.
I know, but this is a good stopping point.
Schedule!
Good stopping point.
I have been waiting all week for this! And you just robbed me of my epic moment! I want more!
Well, you'll have next week to get excited.
Now, the question is, do you want to go after the bandit leader, or do you want to go after this guy?
Is that even a question?
Which guy?
The bandit
no.
leader is the...
This kid is the leader of these mercenaries, these
Yeah,
bandits.
I know about that, but I'm confused as to...
or the umbral.
The knight.
Notice,
The
actually has an interest in killing the knight in particular.
Yeah, the umbral is he is very combat oriented. He is but he's also very protective of his twin. So it's like when this was going to go down, it's like, well, I guess I'm getting involved.
Now, are you ready to fight him again?
I wasn't planning for you guys to actually fight him this time, but you forced the fight, so it's like, okay. You guys did very well, though. You guys did a lot better than I thought so.
Her.
Well, I mean, if you weren't planning on us fighting them, then let's just continue the session with what would have happened if we didn't fight them.
Well, then you would have probably tried to talk to them, and we would have seen some social food, but you guys decided to throw down.
Well, no, they
would've
decided to throw down.
Against us.
We
Yeah,
used
because
the
of the way-
perfect social foo. We made them angry enough to throw the first punch.
Yeah, the problem is that can be really dangerous because you gave him prep time to actually get his set up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But either way, what would have happened after the conversation?
You'll find out next week.
Do you want me to show you where he's located at? As the crow flies, charm.
What?
Exalt's impeccable sense of direction and distance never fails her. Exalt always knows the shortest mundane route between where she is and where she wants to be, even if the path is slightly unconventional. This may mean going over rooftops or cutting through a tea house kitchen rather than navigating city busy streets. She may cut corners a number of times equal to her essence during a travel venture without suffering the consequences.
The
What?
wording there does, I mean, it said if where you want to be
Yes, it does. Yes,
it points
does.
me directly to it.
It does. Okay. Yeah, that works.
Warning, there is no escape.
Spirit, there are no rerolls left, I think, but we're also about to end, so...
Are we?
Yes, yes, we are.
No, we're gonna go ahead and, let's go ahead and follow this.
Yes, give who the refund for that.
My next turn would have been smashing through the ship with my hammer to go after that guy.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons, like, Well, once you showed that you could get through his perfect defense, and that he had to use it to survive there, yeah, no, he's
He knows when to quit.
yeah, no, we're not doing this here. Not when we can actually like get an army, get prepared, come back, set up, and all that. No, fuck that. No, we're out now. But yeah, you're going to be able to find out where they went. Once you deal with Criberius and the person and things that he
They
got.
brought.
But that will be next week.
Or, alternatively, we could do it now and, you know,
Nope.
go the full
Prep
length
time.
of the time.
Next week. Let's try those then. But this is a good stopping point. I don't want to just have to end on a just willy-nilly like I had to kind of do for Werewolf. This is a good stopping point, a good pause point. And this also gives me a chance, if we
Fine.
bring in new players, this is also a good place for me to bring in new players. If we get any.
Did you talk to Kaji?
Not yet.
Please do that.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, I guess we'll be switching to a different game then, because it's a little too early for me to feel comfortable ending tonight. So, thank you everybody for joining us so far on the stream today. That was Ebon Sales Exalted. I will be back in a few moments with some Hard Space Shipbreaker. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more there on the website, as well as down in the description below. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of your support that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I really cannot do this without your guys' support and help, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It is one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by simply sharing the streams around. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.